Charger drive about to get going. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
On 3rd down, Taylor.
Later on tonight.
He's got a man open. That's Allen. And he'll be past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
You can make it like 9:30.
I will see.
Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Throwing now, Taylor on 1st down. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
At their own 41-yard line.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Flushed out right. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Play action. It's Wilson. He lets it fly from Lockett. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Michael Davis. And these guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Intercepted. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Time on, set to kick off.
The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Lockett the return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they thought they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better.
We'll find out. It's complete to Lockett. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards to pick up there. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
Carson.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. He lets it fly for Lockett, and he can't hang on. He had a good shot there for his 3rd pick of the game. Instead, it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Again, Wilson. Dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st. Took till the 2nd half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. 1st and 10 right at the 20. This is Olsen, and he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Wilson. Steps away to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Buying time to his left. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Seahawks have made this a 1-score game. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
And a fair catch signal for...
The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum is sort of shifted the other direction. Small lead. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
It's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. Throws it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jones. He's going to score. That's a Seahawks touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender. From there, he doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
That ties the game at 15.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taken in the end zone. And it decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
They started on the ground with Eckler. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
It's Eckler again. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on... play there. Now it'll be third down. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. Now it's Taylor. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
At the 27-yard line.
On the ground, it's Eckler. Tackle made by Rasheem Green.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. He'll get this to Eckler. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw and a good one.
And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. They'll run here with Eckler. No gain on the play there. Second down.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held him to no gain.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Eckler. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Taylor. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the 1st. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Taylor. Complete. Hunter Henry with the grab. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Partner, you get about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now it's Taylor. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Chargers have taken the lead.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. And I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now, on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced a 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Long now will kick it away following the touchdown. Lockett the return. He takes this near to 25. Just a little pass there. Call it to 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Throwing now is Wilson. And caught left side, Olsen. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
At the 39-yard line.
Now Wilson. And incomplete on the deep ball. Chris Carson, the intended receiver, but it's going to be 2nd down.
2nd and
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. He's going to let it fly. Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Michael Davis.
the Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's 1 timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
At the 20.
Once more, here's Eckler. Takes it across the 40-yard line.
Today's final score.
So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets different from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gunn. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.